Yeah, I think, as I've already said, if you are building an economy that is looking for international confidence and you want to please international investors, including the capital market and the rating agencies, then the IMF announcement is a good news because what I think we are building an economy that we believe that the only way we develop this economy is when we get international capital inflows, and we don't think we have enough capacity to raise domestic resources to develop, which I think is a poor admission. So in that case, I think it is good. Some confidence is going to come. The foreign currency exchange rate is going to stabilize, and we may begin to see the IMF money is going to come. Just 3 billion over about 3 years. It's not much money. It won't change much in Ghana here to just give a little stability to the balance of payment support. And about maybe on the back of that, some other multilateral institutions and maybe some bilateral governments may decide to give additional support. But they're not giving us grants. It's not free. So it's just going to add up to our debt anyway that future generations still have to pay. So on that front, I don't have much problem. The international confidence will be good. But on the domestic side, it's going to impose serious social costs. And that's where I think we need to look at. We need confidence in Ghana, and we need hope in Ghana. And I think this debt restructuring program gives much more confidence to international investors than to the domestic investors and private sector and households. And I think we need to look at it again. I think that is too severe, it's too wicked. And I think it's going to cause a lot of dislocation.
Why?
And will affect our medium-term recovery. And that's what I think we need to look at.
Why do you think it's too wicked? Why do you say it's too wicked?
No, see, I want you to understand that, and you know, that this is a country where we have already come out over the last few years, very painful COVID, and many businesses have collapsed. And before then, we had doomsday for close to 5 years. Business were yet to try to cover, and then COVID came. And then after that, when we tried to recover, we had this financial sector cleanup. People's investments are still locked up, and some people still haven't recovered. Some businesses were closed down. People have lost jobs. We have inequality on the rise and unemployment on the rise, about 13 to 14%. And for every 3 young people you see in Ghana, you will see that about 2 of them are unemployed. Some of them are my students. I trained. They are first-class students. They have master's students. They have graduated for 5 years to 7 years. They have not found a job. Now, when you have a country like that with almost no unemployment benefit, almost little to nothing social protection, whenever you are taking such measures, you need to be careful. Even though government say it's excluding individual bondholders, you know that even the banks and the financial institutions that are involved, including the pension funds, they're individuals who have money there. You know what has already happened to the money market, where people are already having about 30% haircut already on their investment based on sex letter that asks them to market. So already inflation also has reduced people's wages, real wages, by about 40%. And you add the exchange rate that has decreased about 50%, making imports very expensive. This is already an economy in crisis. So if you are introducing measures, you need to be sensitive and compassionate towards that. Okay. So a situation where because you owe 37 billion that you are supposed to pay in 2023, you now go on and say, okay, there will be no interest, and then for the whole of 2023, and then for the rest, you move to 25%, and then 10% for, 10, 15 years. I think it's unfair because already that is not taking into account for the fact that those investments already have suffered 40% haircut almost because of the inflation. So an additional lockup of their returns, term value of money, the real value, they've lost it.